Hello there and welcome to this week tutorial. In this week tutorial, we'll be creating a responsive testimonial code. As you can see, the finished project right here. We have on one side, we have the image of the reviewer. On the other side, we have the text, the name, and this nice cool icon in the background. It's going to be very responsive. If I right click and choose inspect, choose the responsive icon on top right here. As you can see, software mobile. See the image on the top and the text at the bottom with the name. As soon as I start resizing it, we get bigger. As you can see now, it's side by side and larger screen also. So it will be very responsive. So that's what we're going to be doing in this tutorial. And then the next week tutorial, we'll create another version of the testimonial, which be this one with a bigger background image with the 3 testimonial section with this nice hover effect. So this will be for next week tutorial. This week tutorial will be creating this code. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello again and welcome to my channel. My name is Marius, and on this channel I create web design and development tutorial, and I release new tutorial every week. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you'll be notified next time I release new tutorial. As I say during my intro, we'll be creating a responsive testimonial code in this week tutorial. As you can see right here, this is what we're going to be creating this week tutorial. So I have my text editor open. I'll be using Visual Studio Code from Microsoft. It's free, and I have an index.html already pull up. My CSS, which we're just on basic styling, which we go over when we start styling this. I have my images right here. I got the images from Unsplash, and I just edit them out. So without further ado, let's get started. So first thing, I will create a container. And inside my container, I will have another class called Testimonial. Code with underscore. Inside of here, I will have my testimonial header. Inside my testimonial header, I will have another class called img for image, which will hold the image. So I will use my image tag, and for the source, I will point to the image folder, and I will choose user-bg.jpg. And right after the testimonial header, I will create another table class called testimonial body. Inside here, I'll create a span element with the class called quotes with the image that will hold the quotes icon image. The source I'll point to the image folder again, and I choose code.png. And after the span element, I will go down and create another table with the class called contents. Inside here, a paragraph with low room 30. And after my contents, I will go down here. I create another table class called name, and I put our name right here. So Robert Doe. Save it. We get this right here. So that's it for the HTML. So now we're gonna move to the CSS. So inside the CSS, I just have my root element that hold my custom variable for the colors. I have off-white, color is F5, 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 and I had this primary like very dark blue. And then the universal selector, which I removed the padding and margin and set the box size into border box. My HTML, I set the root font size to be 10 pixels because I'll be using RAM, so one RAM will be 10 pixels. And for the body, I set the font family to the Roboto, and I set the font size to be 1.6 RAM, and I set the background color to the off-white variable right here. So like a styling. So this is gonna be like mobile first, so that's why I shrink my browser to the smaller size. So first I will start with the container. I will select the container. I set display to be flex. Set a justify content to be center. Align item to be center. I'm using this so I can center everything on the page in the middle. I say main height to be 100 ph viewport height. Now I set the width to be 80%. And say margin to be 2 RAM, top and bottom, auto, left and right. So we put the container in the middle, as you can see. After the container, now start styling the header, testimonial header. So testimonial underscore code, and then we select a testimonial header inside of it, testimonial header. Because if you take a look, we had a testimonial code, and then inside of it we had a testimonial header, so that's what we're selecting. So right here I set a width to be 100% and a height to be 25 RAM, so 250 pixels. So let me put a border around it so you can see. This is what we're doing now. We try to fit this image inside of it. So that's what we're gonna do next. So we're gonna select our testimonial header and then choose the image class inside of it, and then set width to be 100%, height also 100%. Save it, nothing happens. Then we're gonna now choose the image inside of the image class. So I'm just gonna copy this, bring it down. Now I'm gonna select the image elements inside of it. Say width, height 100%, and then say save it. As you can see, it's distorted. So I will set objects fix to be cover. Now it looks nicer. So that's it for the image. Now we move to the testimonial body. So I go down testimonial, and I set position to be relative. Set the background color to be my primary variable. I set padding to be 2 RAM, and the color to be the variable of white. I save it, and this is what we get. I remove the border from the image here. So that's the body. Now after this, we're gonna start our content, the paragraph. You can see right here. content in a paragraph. So go down here, see, I'll just copy the testimonial body right here. I say content, and I say paragraph. I set a font style to be italic. See, you got this slanted look. And I say the line height, the line height, the space in between the each sentence left from here to here. I set to 1.5. Save it. As you can see, I set margin bottom to be 2 rem. Now I'm gonna style the name right here. I will copy this again and set our content. Gonna be name. I will set our font width to be 700 and then save it. Now reduce the opacity. Say opacity to be 0.5. The opacity should be a number between 0 and 1. So this I have, as you can see. Now let's style this. So testimonial body, and we give it a class called quotes. I set position to be absolute. That's why we set the body right here to be position relative. If I save this, as you can see, everything shift. I will set a top to be -2 rem. So we drag it to the top, and I will set left also to be -2 rem. Save it, as you can see. So that's it for the mobile. Now let's try to make it responsive, because if we saw resizing the browser, make it bigger, start looking way too wide, as you can see right here. So I went ahead and already chose the breakpoints. So the first one be the 553 pixel, the second one is 700, and the last one is the 901 pixel. So these are main widths because I'm mobile first. So this is like a mobile landscape. So for the first one, just want to reduce the container width. By default is 80%. So somewhere around here, reduce a little bit. So I say container, choose the container. Now I set the width from 80 to 70%. Save it. As you can see, now I'm gonna remain 70% from here all the way. As you can see, now it's 70%, but here is 80%, 70%. Now that's for the 553. Now the 700 right here, that's when we need to start putting somewhere around here, side by side. So let's do that. Remember, the image and the content wrap around this testimonial card. So we're gonna select that testimonial card is displayed as flex. Save it. Now you see, now we are side by side. Before we had top to bottom, now side by side. Let me shrink this. Now after this one, let's give some width to this. So I'm going to select my testimonial card, and then choose a testimonial header. I will set width to be 40%. No, nothing really changed. CH is shrink, so we need to give some width to this side also. So go down, say testimonial card, and then choose the body, testimonial body, and then I said width to 60% because we set this to 40 to 60%, as you can see. Now after this, I will also display it because I want to set everything in the middle, right here in the middle. So display flex, I set a direction, flex direction to be column. If I save it, if I don't set it to column, this is what will happen. Everything shift from left to right, but I want from top to bottom. So that's why I set the direction to be column. And now we set the justify content to be center. Now we shift in the middle. So that's it for the 700. Now let's go on the larger devices. So it looks nice right here. I would like to reduce the container width a little bit. As you can see, it's way too wide. So that would be for the 901. So here I will set the container. I will give it a max width to be 114 RAM. Save it. So this is 1140 pixel. So we make sure that it doesn't go above 1140 pixel. So I save it. Nothing really changes, but as see, now I see it sticks. And after this, I will go down a little bit and then give some height to the header right here. Before we have a 25 RAM, I will increase that to 30 RAM, so 300 pixel. So testimonial card, and choose the testimonial header. Set height to be 30 RAM. Save it. Now as you can see, a lot nicer. So I'm gonna resize it. Mobile. So resizing it, as you can see, a lot nicer. 2 column, 1 column, 2 column, and a lot nicer all the way through. If you have any question, be sure to leave them in the comment section. I'll be more happy to help you. And next week I will be creating this one with a nice cool effect. But for this week, this will be the end of this tutorial. So thank you for watching. If you have any question, again, be sure to leave them in the comment section. If you have not done already, I will appreciate it if you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. Until next time, thank you for watching.